You're listening to the She Renovates podcast. You're listening to She Renovates, the podcast for women who want to renovate to create an income and a life they love.
So today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to one of our Wonder Women diamonds, a young mum who's done something extraordinary. While most people her age are just coming to terms with decades of mortgage repayments, she and her husband have already flipped. You are married, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have already flipped that script and become mortgage-free by the age of 32. Her story isn't just about renovating houses, it's about rewriting the rules of what's possible for women, mums, and anyone who dares to dream bigger. I can't wait for you to hear how she did it, the unexpected lessons she learnt along the way, and what financial freedom really is like when you achieve it earlier than anyone expects. So, Maddie, tell me what's brought you here? Can you give us a rough outline of the journey?
Rough outline of the journey. Hello, everyone. Yes, so me and my husband, like a lot of other younger people, we were 24 and 26 at the time, wanted to buy our first house. We decided to go with a doer-upper in the great suburb, and my dad's a carpenter, so I can thank a lot for him of all the hard work he's helped us with throughout the journey. And we decided, you know what, us little three duo, or it's not duo, but you know what I mean, us three loved, and we worked together into doing up our first renovation, thinking that that would be potentially the first our house and live in it for many, many years and pay down the mortgage. But as the market started to rise, we were in a little 3x1 on a really busy street. So we decided, let's roll with this. We like renovating. We're good at it and we really enjoy it. Let's roll with this. Let's do it again. And the second that we finished doing that last bit on that house, we sold it. And everyone thought we were mad, but...
Amazing. So what year was that?
We sold in, I think 2016.
Okay, so you had a 3x1.
Yep.
And you sold it. So then what was the next step?
The next step is we were like, oh, we've got one daughter now and she's one and we need a bigger house. You know, everyone needs that, always wants what they don't necessarily need. Anyway, we got on the journey and we got a really big house and beautiful street, great everything. And we thought we'd live there for 30 years. But we then learnt we will never live anywhere for 30 years because it's us. And as we were renovating, again, it was another renovator. And as we were renovating along, all the interest rates started to rise. So we realised on our smaller wages, we realised that we couldn't afford this house anymore. So, and also in talkings to you as well, one time you guided and said, how about you sell that house? And at first I was like, no, I love the street. I love the neighbourhood. I can't possibly...
I remember that conversation.
Yeah. I was like, I can't possibly think of moving, but it sparked something as well, that moment. And anyway, also the interest rates went up and then we go, well, do we spend all our money and stay here and, you know, in a few years' time run out of money, or do we use all our money we've got and renovate it and make the most out of this house? So we decided to do that. And then we were in the last property for just under 4 years. We had a rule that because with our two little girls, we would take summer off and not renovate through summer. We broke that rule the last because we just had to get out. But we made sure everything was done in that house, and it was bittersweet because it was a lovely, beautiful house, had everything I ever wanted. It had beautiful neighbours, but we just knew we couldn't afford it, and we knew it would. We were excited to sell as well because we knew it would unlock us financially. So
in 2 projects. So
yeah.
Just remind me, how much did you end up selling that for?
The last property, we ended up selling that for 2.1 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
A lot, yes.
And that has enabled you to become mortgage free.
Yes, that with the first property as well,
Mm.
that unlocked money. And we also were good at savings and we had equity in the house. And so when we sold and paid the mortgage out of the last house, we were left with a big chunk of money that we could buy the other one.
Amazing. So people in Melbourne, I want you to listen carefully because when Maddie, so Maddie's based in Perth, when Maddie bought her first property, Perth was not a flipping city. Perth, the market was as dead as a doornail, okay? And so, but she's been able to harness the power of that, energy in the market going berserk to really capitalize on it and to eliminate her mortgage. And, like at 32, I think that's incredible. And so, and Maddie, can you just tell everyone what your day job is, just so they don't think you're bringing in bucket loads of money?
No, me and my husband, people don't understand how we do it because he's a storeman and I'm a dental assistant and I work part-time because I got the two kids. So no, we do not make buckets of money. Actually, Centrelink pays us a higher amount of family tax benefit because we make such little money.
That is amazing. But that's going to change now, isn't it? Because you're about to hit the big time.
Yes, I will owe the government, but that is fine.
And so what I was saying is, Melbourne, your day is coming. Okay, so get ready is all I can say. Because I don't, people now they look at Perth and they say, oh, the market's so hot, I can't get a deal. So the time to get the deal, if you can, is before the it starts skyrocketing. So you have time. Anyhow, so I love that. And I think that your dad, see, I think most dads would be keen to help their kids to get going this way. I think it's a better way than putting a hand in your pocket and giving your kids huge amounts of money because you're really helping them build that entrepreneurial spirit and learn how to generate money, not just take it. So I love the fact that your dad got in and helped you. And I think, I don't know, did you find that it improved your relationship? Not that I'm suggesting it needed improving, but
No, definitely. It gives us more to talk about, and I'm often calling him about Reno things, and he's calling me about, and then we're having a chat. So no, definitely, it's great. And we
beautiful.
when we're stuck into renovations, we're always having morning tea, and bless him, he just wants to be paid in lunch. So
Oh, he's
he's a great
gorgeous.
dad.
Can I have
Yeah,
your dad?
yeah, sure. I think he's a little busy with us though.
So how has being mortgage free really changed the way you see yourself? Sort of as a, yeah. So has it made a difference to how you feel about yourself?
Yes. So it's funny because it's all digital, right? The mortgage wasn't, you didn't really 100% see it there, but you knew it was coming out. But just mentally, it's really changed us. And it's only been a few months now, because we settled on the 30th of June, in 2025. So it's been amazing to not have that mortgage repayment coming out, having that money sitting in our account to do what we like to do with it, and just looking around the house and going, wow, this is amazing. Like we don't have this big looming debt over our head anymore. Like it's so freeing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, if you were to go back to the moment when you picked up the renovation keys to your first project, what would you whisper to your younger self?
That it'll all be worth it, all of the heartache. And it wasn't for us, we love renovating, but it was still difficult.
Yeah,
But I would tell, all of those times where you're down in the dumps or you're really busy and life gets tough, it's worth it. It's worth
yeah.
it.
Keep the faith.
Yeah,
What would you
definitely.
say has been the hardest part for you?
The hardest part would be when I was pregnant. And having the kids as well, but we've got a very good support network as well. But being pregnant, I'm very hands-on, and you don't have to be. I just like to be. But doing things pregnant was a little bit dicey, and I was doing a bit too much. That was probably the hardest times. Yeah.
I can vouch for that. I think I laid about 40 square meters of tiles when I was 8.5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
It was punishing.
Yes. No, why do we do it to ourselves?
Exactly.
But it's laughable now, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? You sort of have to go through the process, I think, to yeah. And I know we both found giving up DIY really hard. But now I'm there and I am not going back, I can promise you.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait.
Did you ever hit a what on earth am I doing moment?
Yes, when I was tiling one time. I
Yeah,
just got
because
out of
when you're a DIYer, you always worry about the quality. And so it's not just a matter of getting the job done, is it? It's a matter of getting that job done and being happy with the outcome. Yeah.
And as you said, it takes a lot longer. I tell people I don't DIY tile anymore. We've done our dash. It is just worth paying the tiler because it just takes you so long. Yeah, when I was tiling one time, I remember it was like this, what am I doing moment. I had just had abdominal surgery, and I think a week or so after that, I was sitting on the floor just tiling and with my husband, and I said, you are so lucky because no other wives would be sitting here 1 week after surgery tiling
Exactly.
the bathroom.
And what did he say?
Yeah, he goes, I'm very lucky. And
I'm
you can have
sure I'm
have a
sure he
break
knows
now.
that. Yeah, yeah. He's a good man.
Yes.
Do you think that your role as a mother gives you a sharper instinct for making renovation decisions?
For sure. Like to be able to unlock yourself financially this way through renovating really makes me feel free. I can be there for my girls. I can go to school drop-offs and pickups, and be there for the baby a lot more. And yeah, it just makes me feel great that I don't have to rely on my main job anymore. I'm
Yeah.
a lot more free.
I think also it does make you, I guess, more savvy around managing risk because there's more at stake.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you sort of single and fancy free, um, you're not so conscious of the impact of, of making a poor decision.
Mm. And a lot of people say to me, oh, wow, because we did a lot of DIY and we spent a lot of time doing it in the early years. And our first daughter had to, grow up. Bless her. She's so used to renovations. And look at my scullery, everyone. What 4-year-old is with a scullery? But, we did the hard yards. Now we're mortgage free. We've got a 5-year-old and a nearly 1-year-old. And now all these years that they're going to remember, we are free. We can go on holidays. We can do whatever we like, put in the time before to then now be really free for the years that they remember.
So if your mortgage freedom was a metaphor, like a sound or a color or even a smell, what would it be?
I would say yellow, happy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
And
We'll have to include that in the cover of this episode.
oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And me and my husband would always envision ourselves when we're mortgage free. We used to say we're sipping cocktails on the beach, watching the sunset.
love it. Have you done any cocktail sipping yet?
Well, yes, but it's not on the beach because it's winter. But in this house, we have a beautiful sunset upstairs. So every night, every second night, we're up there celebrating and watching the sunset go down, and with the girls as well. It's very cute.
Beautiful. And is this house another project?
Yes, it is. But it's very livable. We just have moved in. We're doing the garden up for the girls so they can have a nice garden to play with. And yeah, we'll just take it easy in this house and
Yeah,
focus on outside of our house now.
yeah. And so has it shifted the conversations around money in your household? So what sort of things do you talk about now?
Yeah, we've always been have big goals. So now it's not on paying off the mortgage as much or selling the last project. It's, yeah, what are we doing in the future?
To generate an income.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
And also it frees us up to buy a few splurge items as well. Like we bought a big swim spa and things like that, just
Oh
so the
my
kids
gosh.
enjoy. Just because, yeah, we can now. Don't have to worry too much about it.
I think that's really important that you celebrate the milestones, because yeah, you need to have something for your sort of subconscious to latch onto to, really reward the effort that you've put in. Um, and so are you planning projects other than your personal home?
Yes, yeah.
Mm.
So we're trying to plan, we're in the process of getting finance sorted and getting the ball rolling, yeah, to do a flip outside of our own home. And then eventually, once we have enough money, we would love to hold something.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And I think you will find that another steep curve. There's a big difference between doing your own, well, and I'm a good one to talk because we've been 2 years in a renovation in our place. Whereas when you go into a flip, you're wanting to get that turned over
Yeah,
pretty smartly, so you're not losing too
yes.
much money in holding costs. Yeah.
We'll not be taking summers off, no.
Well, you'll certainly be timing it pretty well.
Yeah.
So at one stage you were talking about not having an agent to sell your home. You ended up going for an
Mm.
agent. Are you happy with that decision, or do you think you should have had a go at selling it yourself?
No, 100%. I'm so glad I spoke to you and you guided me, whichever way you go, but maybe think about that. And 100%, I'm so glad we went with an agent. She was a go-getter, and from the get-go, like the starting point, a lot higher than what maybe we would have done as ourselves. Yeah, amazing. Like, I know they're expensive because that's why I was like, oh, that's a lot of money to give them. But tenfold, she got us back way more than her commission for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm really glad you went that way too, because I think, selling is a unique skill, and to try it out on all your worldly goods at that point, I think is a brave move. Um, so yeah, that's really great.
And also, I just don't think I would have had the time
Yeah,
to do it.
I
I
know
thought I would, but I
they do
just,
work for it, don't they?
yeah, and they actually, there's a lot of, legal stuff that I wouldn't have understood. So yeah, no, I was 100% happy that we went down the agent
Oh,
route.
that's so good. So what's one belief about renovating you had to unlearn?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I have
Well,
to think
here's
about
another one. Here's
it.
another curly one. If you could give women one uncomfortable truth about becoming mortgage free through renovating, what would it be?
Uncomfortable truth.
Mm. Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. An uncomfortable truth.
Did you get your nails done weekly?
No,
Okay. Yeah.
no. Yeah, what would you say? Sorry, what would you say to that one? That's
I
one
would
I did.
say something like, you sort of have to think about what you're spending money on. And
Mm,
because obviously, there's time and money spent on actually improving the property to sell it. But the less money you have to borrow, the more profit there is for you. And if you can reduce your budget, which I'm sure you're very good at running on a tight budget. So
mm.
I think that the uncomfortable truth is you do need to be able to budget.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I definitely agree with that for
Yeah.
sure. You need to, like, yeah, um, especially young generation, they think, oh, just live in the now and do this
You
and
are
this.
the young generation, Maddie,
Yeah,
just saying.
I know, but we're just, yeah, but it's not like we always spend our money on renovations and holidays. So we didn't go without the holidays, in our younger days. But yes, the uncomfortable truth is you have to be very conscious with what you spend your money on. We always, in our mentality is, okay, we might buy this or that, but is that going to make us money in the future? My avocado breakfast every single day, no, that's not going to make me money. What's going to make me money is if I put that money aside and I bought something for a project, then it would unlock it. And it's also lovely living in your renovated property as well. You get to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you really go without your avocado breakfast?
No, you can make it yourself.
There you go. Yeah,
So
I
you
love
can
that.
do.
I love
Actually, me and my husband, we do. We actually often go out, not so much with the baby these days, but we do now that we're mortgage free. We don't care about it. But we we would go out to cheaper dinners. We wouldn't be going to the fanciest of restaurants all the time, but we go out often. And because we're so busy doing the renovations, we used to buy takeaway all the time. Indian, all the restaurant takeaway in at your house because we were a bit busy, but we would technically eat out all the time. So we didn't go without that. We go out with our friends. We never say no. We never say no to them that we can't go, we can't afford it. We're just savvy with what we do.
Make it work.
Yeah. And it's all the behind the scenes savings, like a friend came to me for advice the other day and I said, oh, well, how about you put all your money for her situation? I said, why don't you put it all into a savings account? Your interest rate's only 1%. Here you go with this bank. This is at 4.6%. And she goes, wow, just by moving that will make me, an extra $6,000 a year. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we do our whole lives. We make sure that we got the best interest rate. We make sure you got the best rate on your savings or your car loan or whatever you've got, which we never bought a car loan as well. We always made sure we could buy our cars outright because I didn't want to waste money there either. So, yeah, you've got to be savvy with your money and think outside the box. Focus on it is uncomfortable and you just have to, I've lost my train of thought now. You do have to sacrifice a few things, but I don't feel like we sacrificed at all the last 9 years.
And the payoff has clearly been worth it. Yeah. I think I love that you don't, it's not that you don't live, because I do think sometimes that can be a problem because life gets pretty miserable if you can't go out with your friends and you can't occasionally have a little splurge. So I love the fact that you just adjust your lifestyle accordingly so you can still have those things. And I think that's a great
I'd rather
message.
do some paperwork and change my interest rate than say no to all my friends all year or my children. Oh, you can't go here or go that. I'd rather pay the banks less.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're an old head on young shoulders. So, so this is my last question. Oh, no, I've got two. What doors has being mortgage-free opened that you might not have expected?
Oh, what is it expected? Yeah, I think I've expected it because I've planned for it, but just the time freedom. I've, longed for more time in my life, and I just am so excited to not have to feel locked into I used to have to go to work at 7:30 and finish at 5:15, and I can't go to school or do anything with my girls.
So you're only working 1 day a week now, aren't you?
Yes, 1.5 at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, and the lucky last question, do you see renovating as a stepping stone, a lifelong path, or both?
Definitely both. You can do whatever you like. You can be like us and want to continue on for the rest of your life. You could use it as a stepping stone. You can, if you want to just get your first home, renovate it and move into your forever home, you can do that. I think you'll get the bug and you'll realise you'll unlock that
license to print money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, Maddie, thanks so much for coming on. I think it's an important message, especially to young women, because I think it's easy to think, oh, I can never do it, but to hear the story of someone who has actually done it and done it in a very short amount of time, yeah, I think that's a really invaluable message, and I am grateful for you sharing it.
Thank you so much.
You're
I'm glad to
welcome.
share. Hope I give someone some inspiration because
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Okay.
I thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
This is the She Renovates podcast. To discover how to harness the power of renovating, check out theschoolofrenovating.com.